What's up? We're back, and today I'm going to run you through my new track, Trust Issues. So I really like this track. It's super fun, super funky. It's kind of silly. The melody is like super catchy. The first thing I come up with was this driving bass. The vocals in G minor. And the first thing I come up with was this driving doom 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 bass line. I felt like there was heaps of tension with that just rolling along and building as the track goes. So the bass line is for the verses, and the most part it's just the G held note with a couple fills around the turnaround. So here's the MIDI. For the most part, it's playing the G an octave above, giving it a dun 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 dun. And you can see there's like slight variations for the turnarounds to make it more interesting. The main synth is Serum Patch. You can check that out here. Pretty simple square wave sound there, with the filter set down, so you're just hearing the lows pretty much. And then I'm just cutting out a little bit of EQ around the 100 Hertz mark, and then I've got a limiter and I'm squashing this bass sound so it's like a fat sausage, so it's so all the notes are at the same volume pretty much. So it's just keeping nice even sausage there. And to give the bass a bit more funk and a bit more variety, there's these off notes you can hear. So you can see them here. You can hear them, they just come in every now and then. And when I was listening to the track, I felt like the bass line was too hidden and it was getting sidechained too much. So I wanted to add a bass line on top of that, which would pop through of like iPhones and laptops better. So I added another bass line on top of that, but I didn't want to put it in the group sidechained with everything else. I wanted it to be sitting more on top, so you can hear that here. So it's not getting sidechained as much at all, actually. I can't actually see. Oh no, it's getting sidechained, but not as much as the other bass. So it's just sitting on top. So without it, so I feel like this bass line was really giving it more of a knocky feel to the bass line, which it was missing. So I've EQ'd out the super lows because I left the other bass to do that. Again, I'm using the limiter just to like make sure all the volumes are the same, which is super important for bass notes, because if the volume changes too much on a big system, you can really not just hear it, but you can feel when the bass is missing. So you want to make sure that your basses are like nice and compressed. This track looks pretty simple and sounds like really simple, but to get to that point took me all these different attempts. So you can see Trust Issues 1, 3, 4, 5, blah, 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 blah. So many different variations. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. So I just wanted to show you that don't give up if the track's not sounding good. Keep working it, and make sure you do this, what I've done. I bounce it out, save it, I resave the Ableton project, so I'm not saving over that work. And then the reason why I bounced it out to audio is so I can go back and listen to it and make sure what I'm working on, like the latest version, I haven't changed it so much that I don't like it anymore. Anyway, so back to the track. So here's the hook melody, comes in here. It's super fun and catchy. Basically just going up the scale. So this sound is it's this barking 80s lead. I think it's recreating a Jupiter. A Jupiter lead. And then it's not just a straight sound. I've got the filter down, the resonance up a bit, which is really giving that squelching type sound. So this track I mastered myself, and to do that what I did was I grouped all the main elements together. So the vocals are grouped, the drums are grouped, the vocals are grouped, and I processed them all together using EQs and the limiters like I said earlier. And then those are getting sent into this mix channel here, and this is where the main mastering is taking place. So I've got the Ableton's multiband, the OTT preset on it, just giving a tiny bit, 12%. Then I've got Ozone 8. I'm monoing the bass, and then I'm making the highs more stereo. Then I've got the Pro L. What's getting mastered there is the drums, the bass, the lead, and then the vocals aren't getting sent to that channel. Then I've got another channel called the master, which the mix is getting sent into and the vocal is getting sent into. The reason why I did that was because I wanted everything to be squished nicely like a polished song, and then the vocals to be sitting on top of that. So when the kick's happening, it's not like all that crazy limiting isn't affecting the vocals. So the vocals are kind of sitting right on top. And then from there it's getting sent into the master, and there's this other limiter on there which isn't doing anything. It's just making sure the final mix isn't going to be clipping the final like master. So that's Trust Issues. I really like this song. I think it's really fun. Let me know what you think, and till next time.